Hi, I'm Margaret Mary Hollins and I've directed this production of Blackbird by David Harrower for Auckland Theatre Company, September 2008. The scenes that we're looking at are a scene where Una's really concerned. One of the reasons, well, there's loads of reasons why she comes to see Ray, but she also wants to know about the photos that when she was younger that he took of her, which weren't provocative, but because of all the memory and all the education and that she's had since the incident, the education by professionals that she was the victim, in the situation between her and Ray, she's really concerned that these photos are more than what, you know, she was led to believe at the time they were taken. So she challenges him, and then it gives him the opportunity to come back and say, hey, no, I wasn't one of those guys. I wasn't one of those sick bastards who takes photos of little girls and puts them on the screen and that. And so it's a moment where, you know, she's really grappling with, she's being told she's one thing, that like this has happened to her all her life through Ray. And now he's saying, hey, no, I wasn't that. I wasn't. He's, you know, being very genuine and his integrity is very strong here. And she's just constantly grappling with the truth. And she can't actually take it. And this is when she decides to leave.
Do you work? Are you able to work? Have you taken time off?
What about the photos?
What photos?
The photos you took of me in your flat. Where are they? They never found them. The police never found them. Now, I've seen websites, hundreds of 9, 10, 11, 12 years old, younger photographed on beds, in bedrooms. And am I one? Because these photographs, some of these photographs go back to the 70s. You can tell by the room, and men scan them and put them there. These kids will be adults now and not even know that. Them. Did you?
Yes, of course I did, of course. No, I never saw them. I burnt them before we left. And they weren't, you were wearing your clothes, jeans.
Sitting on the sofa, lying down, I've got the same photographs.
Those sites, those people, those sick bastards, I was never one of them. I was never that. You've been told that I was. They said that.
I want to leave here.
No, I was never one of them. Never that. They called me that.
I want to get out.
Wait.
Let me out.
I need a minute. Sit down.
No.
Sit down.
I want to get out of here.
Not like this.
I want to get out the door. Please move.
Listen
move
to me.
Over there.
I spent 3 years in hell. More.
Yes.
What they called me. Spat on, kicked, shit, human shit thrown in my face. You know I wasn't one of them.
How?
You know.
I don't know you. I don't know anything about you except that you abused me. Didn't you? Didn't you?
Yes, but...
There is no but.
Let me...
There are no buts.
Yes, I did. But
Jesus.
I didn't.
Didn't what?
They said in court, they made it look that I'd selected you, I'd chosen. That day, the day of the barbecue, when we spoke for the first time, I didn't come there to you know, when I spoke to you for the first time, wait.
Is that her?
Yeah.
I find later on, awake in the night, and I'm thinking about a scene, or do you know what I mean, or how we're approaching something, and now, so what I've started doing now is I get up and I write it, and there arose very strong instincts, and they literally wake me up out of a deep sleep, and I write it down, then I come in and try and tackle it the next day, but I have to keep going back to my instincts because there's a lot of sway throughout, because people's opinions are so strong when they're playing something and when people are watching it, and I've just got to keep coming back to my own creative instincts. It's been amazing because it's one of those places when I first read it, it was like, I thought this is like walking on eggshells, this piece, it's so delicate and so brutal. And so we've just kind of uncovered, we just keep peeling off the layers, and we're still peeling off the layers. And it's just, the challenges are to keep going into it further, but not too fast because it's too hard. You know, it's like, okay, so we might get to that next week, but right now we just need to deal with this. We never really get to understand why it might happen and why there's some kind of a connection. Because in this case, we find and we learn in the play that there was a connection, and we might hate to think that there was, but there was, and they just learn so much from each other, and it's a crisis for her whole life. At one stage in the play she says, I hate the life I've had, and it's not because of that incident. I don't feel it's because of that incident. I feel it's because of how she's had to cope with that, and how she was made to stay in her neighbourhood, and the shame, and to try and carry on. I don't know how she's coped. I mean, there's no winners, there's no right, there's no wrong. It's like, it's just how it is and how it happens, and that's what I love about this piece, and that's what I love about theatre, is that it's putting it there in front of you, and you want to judge it badly, you know, but then you go, oh, hold on, oh, okay, so he's, like you really understand what happened between them as two people, and if we saw them now as two adults, we wouldn't question it at all, but because it's, and she was underage, and that is wrong, and, but that's not what the play's about. It doesn't want to judge that, it just wants to examine how, and for us to look at that as a society rather than always just going, it's good or it's bad, or it's right or it's wrong. It's far greyer than that. It deals with a lot of grey matter.